Boom! If you've clicked on this video, you're probably a coach that doesn't have enough time to do whatever the fuck you want. You're struggling to scale and you don't know what the next steps to scale are, and you're just unfulfilled and unhappy with how your online business is going. You've started this online thing. I want to be a coach. I want to train people doing blah, blah, blah. But then you realize it's not all about coaching. Even though you might be great at coaching, it's not all about coaching. Okay? So in this video, I'm going to show you something that you need to install in your business. You need fucking immediately to install this. It's not even up for debate. It's more of a mental model and a systematic approach than an actual thing. Okay? So let me get straight into it. I have a little document right here. And the basic premise of what we're going to talk about is leverage. And I'm also going to show you some examples from one of our clients. Client Joao, he has 1.5 million followers. When we started working with him, he had like 900K to 1 mil. So we've grown a lot. We've been working with him for the last 2 years. We've scaled the 100K plus like 2 to 3 times. So we basically know a bit of what we're talking about. For Joao, what we did, this is not your conventional coach. This is not a coach. This is a more of an influencer or a niche authority. I would call it a niche celebrity. What we did for him is we installed leverage, because in your business, also my chair fucking squeaks, okay? Don't fucking judge me. Just don't mind it. So what we did for Joao, what you have to think about when it comes to leverage. Leverage is doing a small amount of effort, resources, or input and getting a much larger result. You might have heard this being called asymmetrical returns or output. I have another document here which I'm going to go over in just a bit, and that's very important to understand as well. But before you understand that, let me tell you what creates asymmetrical returns, which is leverage. Leverage, if you've heard that quote, you give me a lever long enough or whatever the fuck, I can lift the world. Or you give me enough leverage, I can lift the world, or some shit like that. I don't really remember. Some smart guy said it, okay? What you have to understand, you do small thing, get big thing, okay? You have to optimize for leverage, because 1, you're fucking stressed working nonstop. 2, you're taking sales calls, booking meetings, fulfilling for clients, stress, bad. And 3, you're just not happy. Like, you're just not, like, this is not what you signed up for. You didn't sign up for all this fucking content shit, marketing shit. You want to train people. That's fine. I'll teach you how. In a physical sense, it comes from the idea of a lever. A simple tool that lets you lift a heavy object with relatively little force. Blah, blah, blah. In business and in life, which is what you care about, the idea is similar. You arrange things so that each hour of work, each dollar, and each piece of content produces outsized impact. Or you might say, a asymmetrical output. Small thing, big thing. Okay? Very simple to understand. Now I'll go through some of these things that we did that give us the biggest advantage and give us like a bit of moat in our market. First of all, human leverage. You can't scale without a team. I don't care what everyone says. Build a Claude AI business with Claude. No. Mate, it's literally like that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, right now, May 5th, 2025, that's not going to happen. It's physically impossible to build a one-person business that actually is able to scale by itself. Because can AI take your sales calls? No. Can AI do your DM setting efficiently like you want? Well, our AI can, but you have to know how to build it. And in order to do that, you have to fucking spend a bunch of time or hire someone, which basically means you need human leverage. Okay? Because you don't have time to learn it. It's not at that point where everyone can learn it. We did install an AI setter for Joao. It's fucking working now. It's selling its ass off. Boom, boom, selling. The apps we have and the books we have and the upsells, blah, blah. But you can't do that because you don't have time. Because you have to coach, you have to sell, you have to blah, 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 blah. And then if you start doing that, you have to learn how to code, and then you're going to be even more stressed because you're coding too much, and then you're wasting time building a shit dashboard, and then you don't have time to coach your clients or take sales calls, and then money goes down, and then you're fucking depressed. Which is what happens with most coaches, okay? So the way you have to think about it, you're always going to need a human. For my prediction is for the next 1 to 2 years, you're always going to need a human. Even if you want to do AI, to install the AI for you, okay? And then you need a human to manage it for you, because AI breaks all the time. It's not that simple to just say, oh, I'm going to build a one-man business with Claude. No, that's not going to happen. Second, technology and media leverage. Code, content, distribution. That's what I mean. Code, content, distribution. For code, what we did for Joao is we realized, okay, Joao doesn't want to do coaching calls. Joao doesn't want to be on the one-to-ones with the client. He doesn't want to be part of fulfillment. Joao enjoys doing content, recording content every day, posting it, optimizing for views. That's what Joao enjoys. That's what he likes to do. Who am I to fucking tell him what to do, okay? I'm only a humble servant, okay? I'm that guy, but I have limitations. So I can't really tell him exactly what, like, hey, you have to do this, you have to change your mind. I tried to change his mind a bunch of times because we're good friends, but obviously that didn't work. So what we did is we installed leverage with code, content, and distribution. The way we installed it with, I'll talk about distribution specifically in another video. I'll talk about content and code now. Content, what we did for him is we optimized his content because we didn't want to spend money on ads because Joe is not that passionate about this business to try to optimize it. He just wants cash flow. So we optimized the content that gives us the biggest amount of leverage. And we have funny content, we have very hard-hitting content, very ICP-driven content. We have content that when they come into his ecosystem, when they land on his profile, they're primed to buy over a period of time. After they follow, inevitably they're going to buy. I'm going to try to track how many followers we get versus buyers a month. Right now we're getting about maybe 10,000 buyers a month, maybe, or like between 5 and 10, like 1,000, because we sell low ticket. Code, pretty obvious. Joao doesn't want to fucking do fulfillment, so I'm going to do fulfillment for him. We created an app, cloned him. I talk about this all the time on my Instagram. We cloned him, and then we're selling that app. And the reason we're able to sell it is because we have our moat, which is thousands of hours of coaching calls that Joao has done in the past, all of our products, all of our fucking content, everything put into one app in a knowledge base, and then we sell that. And that's probably the best relationship dating app you can find on the market. It's called Numi. It's on the App Store because that's how you fucking get leverage. You create it once and then it fucking keeps printing for you. Let me show you an example. Look at this, our go high level. I'll show you yesterday, 2.2K. 2 days ago, 4.2K. I will show you exactly how much money the app made specifically, but you're gonna have to trust me on this. I don't wanna show if I might leak something. So I'll just tell you, we sold 3 yearly plans for 900. 1 yearly plan is 3. And we sold like 6 or 7 monthly memberships for like $300, $30 a month, $40 a month. So that's, and also the books and everything else we sell, accumulated $4,200 in 1 day. And then that's like probably our biggest day in a while. On average, we do between like 1.8, 2.2, 2.5. In April, we did 71 on the back end where we sold Numi through Stripe. We did another 4 to 5K, which is 76, 7. Fuck you. You fucking thought of that meme. Motherfucker. Anyway, that's what we did in April. So, I'm not fucking bullshitting. Back to the fucking scheduled programming. Code, important. It gives you leverage. Build once, sell a lot of times. You understand. Distribution, I'll touch in another video. We also have an asymmetrical output. We have a section about targeted distribution. Then you have operational leverage. This is the most important thing you need to do right now. If you do anything from this video, if you take anything away, you need to do, fuck you, chair. You need to do asymmetrical leverage. Sorry, my bad. You need to do operational leverage. You need to install that as soon as you can. Operational leverage will allow you to scale. Without having operations, SOPs, automations, you will not fucking scale. Okay? You will not. It's impossible. Now, what I mean by that? Systems, processes, automation. So that your costs don't grow as fast as your revenue. Each new customer adds more profit than cost. Okay? What I mean by this, each new customer adds more profit than cost. Right now, even though you might not want to talk about this, fuck this chair, you have a cost of fulfillment for each customer. Even that, let's say you sign him for 3K to your personal brand. He joins your program and you just fulfill. You don't use any software, you don't do anything, but you know what to do? You fucking waste your time. Okay? And when you calculate, okay, I make fucking, let's say 15K per month, 20K per month. I work 40 hours a week on normal content and marketing and output and stuff like that, and another 20 on fulfillment. That's 60 hours a week. 60 times 4, it's 240 hours divided by 15K, which you're making. That comes out to $62.5 an hour because you're working like a retard fucking 60 hours a week instead of fucking designing systems, processes, and automation. You cannot scale without this. It's impossible. Absolutely fucking impossible. For context, on this brand, Joe hasn't fucking touched any of his product. He hasn't done anything, like after we created them, for a year and a half. He's just fucking living his best life, making 70K per month, gives us our cut, and then he just does whatever the fuck he wants, has an R8, has a Raptor R, lives his gym life. Before he started working with us, and before he had leverage, he was making 30, 40K fucking stressed all the time because he was doing coaching calls. Imagine a coaching call for an hour for $300. Oh my fucking God, I would literally blow my brains out. These are the 3 things you need to do right fucking now. Get a human, replace him. Example, VA, that scans the market. Editor, that edits your videos. CSM, that takes care of your client fulfillment. COO, that does the systems, processes, and automation for you. Example of that. Technology and media leverage. What you need to do now, leverage your content. Create content in a way that, I'm going to talk about this in the asymmetrical output as well, but your content is not 1 + 1 = 2, okay? Because most people just post content, and then it's 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. You don't want that. Leverage means exponentiality. I don't know if that's a word. I don't give a fuck. Leverage means not going like, okay? That's leverage. There's someone in my hallway. And the way you do... I lost my train of thought because some fucking bitch was at my fucking door asking for money. Fucking Georgia. Anyway, you need asymmetrical output. And let me finish this section and then I'll explain why that's very important. Leverage is about structuring things so that the little amount of output that you do gives you the big result. Small, big. Okay? That's all you have to understand. Now, when we go into asymmetrical output is an outcome of leverage. Once you have leverage built in, you get asymmetrical output. Because with leverage, you do little things every day, you get a bunch of fucking money. Because that's what you want. More money, more free time. I can't give you anything else. If that doesn't suit you, you can fucking leave this video. But I can fucking make you more money and save you time. That's my fucking skill set. That's my fucking gift from God. In business and content, asymmetrical output usually means results that are disproportionately larger than the effort, risk, or resources you put in. You might think this is the same thing as leverage. It's not. This comes from leverage. That's why I explained leverage before this. This is what you actually want. Leverage is how you get it. Okay? One input, one output. That's most people. One video plus one video equals 2 videos in the end. For you, what you want to have happen is you post one video plus one video and you combine them and you get 3 outputs. You get 3 units of output. Okay? That's what you want in your business. Examples. One correctly structured video could equal 100+ high-ticket leads. If you know how to build the video properly, if you have the systems to build videos properly, if you have the testing grounds, if you have the distribution to build the correct video properly based on data, you can get hundreds of leads from one single video. I know many people that have done this, and let me give you an example from Joao. This video right here. I'm not gonna go through it. 2.4 million views. Imagine this video. How many fucking women we got from this video? This is 4 days ago. I think actually it's this one. Yeah, 3 days ago. From this video, we got this video viral because this fucking sells them on the actual product. It's basically an ad. So that's why we made 4.2K in that day with zero work. We could be making, for context, we could be making 200, 300K per month with the amount of followers we have. We just don't want that. We just don't want to work with these people. We want to help them with the smallest amount of output, of input possible. Whereas, in this new brand that we've helped Joe scale from 0 to 67K in fucking, 4 months. He posted his first video like 4 months ago. We were in Romania actually together when he started this brand. So that's pretty sick. 4 months ago he started this brand. I'll try my best to scroll to the bottom. I don't know if he posts a lot. So This brand, we will probably sell you on this. You'll probably go to his profile and buy at some point. It's just the nature of fucking life. It's just like we're just that good. Sorry, my bad, no problem. You'll have to figure some shit out. January 28th, that's the first video he posted. And now he has 67,000 followers in what, 4 or 5 months? Anyway, one good sales call could equal a retainer worth months of income. Right now, let's say you charge 3K. Of that 3K, you just serve your client for 3 months. But you don't think of upsells, cross-sells. You don't think of anything beyond that because you don't have the systems in place and the leverage in place to make as much lifetime value, monetary amount from one customer. So one good sales call for you might equal 3K, but for someone with a system and leverage might equal 10K for the same exact thing, okay? Example, you charge 3K now because you don't know how to leverage your pricing, you don't know how to leverage your offer, and you don't know how to leverage your client testimonials. You charge 3K, whereas your competition might be able to charge 6K. And they may be doing a rev share type of structure where they charge 3K up front and 3K when you get result, so that we're aligned. They get a higher close rate on that because they are aligned. It's a rev share sort of deal. And after that, for let's say 6 months, they charge an extra $400 a month for continued customer service. So they charge 6K plus 6 months of 400, that's 2.4. So they get 8.4K, whereas you get 3. That is called leverage. And that's why one good sales call could equal so much fucking money, so much more than you're making right now, if you have the systems. One well-designed system equals hundreds of tasks handled automatically. I'll talk about this more in depth in another video, but I'll just touch on this because I could go into this specifically about a well-designed system. I could talk about this for hours. But what you need to understand is you have to optimize your life system as a whole and your business. They're separate. They're separate but connected, because your life as a business entrepreneur and who you are as a person is a direct reflection into your business. So who you are and what you do and the amount of the amount of skill level that you have accumulated in life as a person will reflect in business, okay? In sales calls, in marketing, in your conviction levels when you speak to someone and try to close them, etc. So in order to optimize your life, I'll touch on this now. You have to think about the top 3 things: diet, health, relationships, not so much. If you're a man, you can go on dates, no problem. That's not so chaotic. But health and fitness, health and nutrition, that needs to be optimized. You need someone to take care of your gym program. You need someone you can use AI, or you can use a coach or a friend or a fucking YouTube or whatever the fuck. But you need to know, okay, I'm going this day at the gym, I'm staying this much, I'm doing this many exercises, on Mondays and Tuesdays I'm going to boxing, blah, blah. You have to have an idea. Because if you don't know, and you do this, then I need to do that, then blah, blah, you don't have mental space, mental clarity to think on the business. So remove all of the fucking roadblocks from that so you can think of the business more and you can optimize the business. Nutrition. I'll just give you straight away the answer. Get a fucking meal prep service or a chef, or have your wife, girlfriend, second, third bitch cook your fucking meals. Stop cooking meals. If you cook meals, I will look at you in your eyes and I will think you're gay, okay? I will think you're a raging homosexual if you cook your own meals as a business entrepreneur, okay? My business partner is a chef. He can cook the best steak, the best everything, rigatoni, whatever the fuck it's called you've ever seen. Even when he cooks with his skill level, I still call him gay because he's not thinking. Sometimes he cooks, you know what I mean? Because he's a chef. I'll allow it. But if you're like just a random entrepreneur, food is fuel. Don't even think about it. Create a system for it. Meal prep service, chef, wife, girlfriend, bitch, 1, 2, 3 bitches. Have them cook. Don't cook. I personally would rather fast than fucking cook. I'll fast for 2 days. I just don't want to cook. No, thank you. One specific product, a moat that compounds over years. This says feature, it's /feature. One specific product or feature or product feature that can compound over years. Point in case, our app for Joao gets clients on repeat, their monthly recurring revenue. We've already scaled that to 10K MRR. I'll do my best to find a screenshot where I don't have to go into Stripe, because I don't want to go into Stripe right now. So I'll find my best, or see if I can blur some fucking shit out, because there's a bunch of, I've never done that, as I've just started doing this fucking YouTube shit, so I don't know if I'll show some shit that might be hackable, or I don't know. But we've started to get like 10K MRR. We got like 4 to 5K in yearly subscriptions, and the rest in monthly recurring, but it's still the same. So yeah, just fucking build an app or something that's going to give you moat over years. That's going to give you competitive advantage, because you will get a bunch of recurring revenue. If you're looking for actions where the payoff curve, which is that, this bad, this good, has to be non-linear. Small smart bets that can produce outsized upside. Say that fucking 10 times fast. If they work, well, the downside is capped, meaning you only lose time or a bit of money or some reputation. Okay? That's what you have to think about. What can I do that's just like this? What's the lowest hanging fruit that's going to give me the most juice? Okay? That's going to give me the most amount of fruit. Okay? There's a tree, always. I use this analogy whenever I try to explain something to Joao or someone. There is a tree, the business tree, and you will grow this tree as high as you can. Okay? And then you have to take what it reaps. You have to take the fruit and enjoy it. So what you do is you don't take the fucking highest up fruit every time. What you want to do in business is take the lowest hanging fruit that gives you the highest amount of leverage. Okay? Because that means quick cash. You get that, you go to the market, you sell it, you have cash, because it's ripe, it's big, it's the most leverage. Okay? You don't want to climb for 10 hours to the top of the tree and fucking try to get that fucking fruit and then go to the market. By the time you go to the market with that fucking fruit from the top, you're fucked. Okay? You need to hire someone to go to the top anyway. That's for another time. In practice, asymmetrical output often comes from leverage, targeted distribution, which I'm going to talk in a different video, and compounding. Compounding I might be able to touch on now. It's not that long of a document. Said differently, asymmetrical output is designing your work so your worst case is limited and your best case is huge. That's what you want. I'll touch on compounding now. Compounding is results that build over previous results, so each win makes the next one bigger. Okay, what this means is once you install leverage in your system, and once you have it working for you, you only can go up. Because once you know that, okay, I produce results for my clients. Fulfillment for me is easy. I just need to outsource fulfillment, and then I can get clients pretty easily now that I've installed all the systems that me and my business partner Paul install in your system. If you're CTA, shut the fuck up. DM me on IG if you want fucking help. I'll fucking help you for free. If you're cool. So you need client acquisition systems. If you work with us, you will know how to fucking install them. That gives you the fucking acquisition that gives you leverage. And you need traffic. Once you've optimized all of these three, each new win you get a client will fucking come back as more content, more proof, more status for you as a coach. That means more traffic, more client acquisition, more chances to fulfill. From fulfillment, more clients, etc. That's called the flywheel effect. Okay? You've probably heard that before from my competitors, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? That's basically like what it means. The flywheel effect. Okay? In practice, every action creates an asset that keeps working for you. You get a client win, put that in your marketing. Each new cycle doesn't start from zero, it starts from slightly higher baseline. Cycle, meaning the marketing campaigns you're doing, because a marketing campaign takes about 30 to 70-ish days, 75 days to produce an output. Okay, to actually be able to track everything that's going, because of the, the fucking regression to the mean is going to only show up after like a couple of weeks to months. Okay, so you have to take that into account whenever you start something new. You can't just start something today and then expect it to work in a week. You have to wait for it to establish itself into the market. Over time, the curve stops looking linear and starts to bend upwards, which is what you want. It's the compounding effect. It's this. All we fucking want in business, and all I'll do for you if we ever work together, is do this. Is take you from where you are now, where you're going like this, and I'll come in here and just vroom. That's all. That's my job. That's my gift from the Almighty that I'm gonna bless you with. Okay? If we ever end up working together. In your ecosystem, one video brings leads, those leads become case studies, those case studies become future conversion. Each new piece of content now hits harder than the last. Again, this touches on this point right here. Each piece of content hits harder than the last, means that you're starting at a higher baseline. Said simply, compounding is when your past work quietly multiplies the impact of your future work. That's how you get asymmetrical output, ladies and gentlemen, probably just gentlemen, because I'm too vulgar and fucking racist for anyone that's a female to watch my videos. But if you need help with your brand, like I said, this is a CTA, call to action. DM me on Instagram at sergio.tosa. I'll add a link in my description. We can have a chat. We can talk about how I can help you with your brand. I genuinely, even though I seem like I'm a fucking money rat, I kind of am. Fuck this chair. I genuinely enjoy loving fucking these brands. I love building these fucking systems and brands for people. Like, it's just my fucking passion. Every fucking day I do it for free. Move this. I do it for free with my fucking friends, with my fucking people that I have in my network, in my private network. I just do it for free. So I just thought, fuck it, I'll just record videos and fucking help people with this. Because I love leverage, I love system, I love everything. Fucking subscribe to the channel. Don't be gay. Fucking follow for more.